to my channel, which is me, Jess, the fat funny one, and I am bringing you a video today that I kind of talked about in another video, which I'll link below, about what to pack for your hospital bag. Now this is all things for baby. I will link the other video below, which is all about what you need to pack for yourself. I particularly focused on having a couple of nights stay, especially if you're having a C-section, because that was my experience. But now I wanted to talk about what I'm going to pack for my baby boy, who is due pretty darn soon. Now, I mentioned in the other video there isn't actually that much that you need, and there really isn't, but I just thought I would share it with you anyway. Plus it's an opportunity to look at all the really cute little baby things, which I'm just so excited by. And so yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, two of the main things that you'll need are nappies and cotton wool. Now I opt to use cotton wool instead of wipes, just simply because baby skin is so sensitive, and I know they've got some brilliant wipes on the market at the moment. We're a massive fan of wipes in this house, but for newborn skin, cotton wool is the best, and just some lukewarm water when you are in the hospital. That's what I've done with both the girls. That's what I plan to do this time round. So I've got a pack of I've actually got extra large cotton wool pads, and I think I got these from Boots. And obviously nappies. Now these are so small. They're probably not that small, but because I'm dealing with Bella, who's in like size 6 nappy, I'm back to size 1s, which is just, they are just the cutest little things. Now obviously each nappy brand to their own. I know some people have spoken to me about reusable nappies. I really struggle with them. I know, please don't at me. I should really try and be more conscious about it, and I will try to be. But for us personally, this just works. So yeah, at the moment we are still using Asda nappies, which we are loving, the Little Angels ones. So yeah, a few of these. Now, depending on how long you're going to stay in the hospital, you obviously can't always predict that. So what I've done is, I think I've got here 10 nappies, and that'll probably last the first day or so. And then what I have done is I've also got a backup hospital bag for me and the baby with spares in. The reason why I do that is because, like I mentioned in the last video, it just saves you carrying so much to the hospital at once. But it's a bag that if I need any extra supplies of anything, it's already packed, and Trevor can just come home and grab it. Now, the other thing that you are going to need, and I think are just like an absolute staple in any newborn, baby, child, toddler life, muzzies. Oh, they're upside down. Muzzies. Now these are incredible ones from the lovely team at Etta Loves, and these were kindly gifted, but I have actually bought from them before, and they are just the most beautiful muzzies. They are like sensory. I say sensory and then I stroke them. That has nothing to do with sensory, but it's all about actually baby sight and what they can see, and they've got just the most beautiful print. So yeah, so I've got 3 of these, and those are the 3 that I'll pack. Again, I've got some backup ones that will be in the backup bag, but I'm packing 3 for now. You will use a muzzy for everything. It will literally be like a staple in your life. Like, are you even really a mum if you haven't got a muzzy thrown over your shoulder, even when the baby's not with you? Like, literally, it is a staple. You'll need it for most things. You can also get large ones to swaddle baby, which are brilliant, but I've just got these normal size ones for milk and covering baby and just all sorts of stuff. So yeah, those are an essential. The other thing that you are going to need, and I will come on to the clothes because that obviously seems like ridiculous, I haven't got to that point yet, are blankets. Now, I have so many blankets already, and I didn't really want to go crazy getting loads of blankets, but Trevor was like, all these blankets are pink. Oh, I don't care, a blanket's a blanket. However, one of my friends actually bought us around a baby gift which included a blanket, so that was quite cool. I have 2, so I've got this beautiful one that we got as a gift, which is knitted, and it is stunning, and then I've got one from Etta Loves, which is an amazing zebra print, and I'm loving it. Now I'm taking 2 to the hospital, and the reason for that is it is so easy to get a blanket dirty when the baby is sick on it, or poops on it. Punamis are rife when babies are first born, so you just don't know. So it is always helpful to have more than one. Also, what some midwives will do is swaddle your baby for you, or you can swaddle your baby and then just have another one tucked over. It's well worth having 2 blankets just in case. Again, I do have a spare blanket, which I think is a white one that we had for Bella. That is in the spare bag. I keep pointing over there, not that you can see it, which is in the spare bag should we need to swap and change whilst we're there. Now, the other thing that you are going to need are hats. Now these are, look at, oh, the tag's still on this one. Look how cute they are. They're just like the cutest little hats. I'm really hoping that my child's head fits in here. When babies are first born, they need to keep as much warmth as possible, which is why they put hats straight on them. When we got home, we didn't, like, none of the kids wore hats, but when we were in the hospital, especially for those first day or so, we definitely had hats. So a couple of those. Also, the first one that they put on will sometimes get a bit dirty, and they don't clean baby straight away. So we found that the first hat that Bella had on just had a bit of gunk on it, kind of loads of bodily fluids, so we wanted to swap that quite quickly. So yeah, if you can take a couple of these, that is always a win. Now this is going to be a bit of a I don't want to say controversial, because I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it is to some people. Dummies. Now neither of my girls have had dummies, and I was that person before I had children who was like, my kid's never going to have a dummy, I'm never going to give them a dummy, no dummies, no dummies in my house. Oh my gosh, when Sophia was born, I was like, someone buy me a dummy, like this baby is screaming and I don't know what to do. So no judgment from me. Although she never took a dummy and neither did Isabella, I always have some just in case. So I've got these two that we got from Tommy Tippy. And they're newborn night ones. They are BPA free and they glow in the dark, which I think is brilliant, and they are super cute. They've got the cutest little print on there. So yeah, I am taking some. Whether I use them or not, who knows. Do not judge a mum for using them, do not judge a mum for not using them. It just is what it is. Do what works for you. Last but not least, probably the most important thing, well, next to nappies, clothes. Always so hard to work out what you need to take and how many clothes you need to take. Now, one of the things I will say is baby will probably need 2 layers, so you will need a vest and then a sleep suit. That's what's simple for me. I've seen some people like proper dress their kids up, like each to their own, but for me, just simple vest and sleep suit and we are good to go. And then it gets that confusing bit. You're like, what size do I buy? I don't know what size my baby's gonna be. Well, what do I do? Now with Sophia, we took a couple of newborn bits, I think, and then we took just 0 to 3 months, and she was £7 6 ounces. Gosh, when you have more than one kid, you've got to start to remember, it is a pain. Isabella, she was early and she came about 3 or 4 weeks early, so she was only £6 something. £6.7? £6.7? £6.5. I really hope she doesn't watch this when she's on. She's like, you remember my sister's weight and not mine. It was tiny, and we had newborn stuff, but that was too big, so Trevor had to go out and buy tiny baby stuff. Now she was born quite late in the night. I think she was born at like 10:30, so luckily that night we just put on what we had, and then he went out the next day and bought tiny baby, which is what fit her for quite some time. We've now kind of got a mixture. You don't know what size he's going to be, and it can be a bit of a pain. What I would recommend is you get only a couple of newborn bits and then 0 to 3 months. Maybe 1 tiny baby outfit, but honestly it's very rare that you probably need to get them. But it's always well worth having. And one of the things you can do is, if you don't use your tiny baby stuff, definitely recommend donating them to your neonatal unit or to the hospital, because what they can do is pass that on to parents who have babies who are maybe premature or who are very small and don't have the clothes that they need. What I've got is pretty much a mixture. I've got loads. Now this is the baby grow that Bella wore. I can't believe I'm gonna have anything this small. Oh god. This is a tiny bit. I think this is a tiny baby one. This is when you have to go through. I hate where they put the labels so far in. This is newborn. So what I've got is I've got a small newborn set, and Isabella wore this, so it'd be really nice if he could wear it too. And then I have got, which bought, it's just a set of 2 white sleep suits, which are newborn also. So these will be slightly smaller than our 0 to 3 months, and hopefully that'll be what he goes into straight away. I've got 3 of those. Now obviously he might be bigger than that, so I've also got 3 long sleeve sleep suits in 0 to 3 months. So that should last us a couple of days. Obviously it depends on what time your baby's born. If your baby's born really late at night, you might get a bit longer wear out of it than if they're born earlier in the day, and then you change them again. But I've got 3 of each. And again, like she says, in the backup bag, there will be spares. Now, the little vests to put underneath, I've bought 6 of these. Again, 3 in the newborn size and 3 in 0 to 3 months to kind of complement the other sizes that I bought in the sleep suits. Oh, so emotional. I just can't get over the look how it's on the size of my head. I've got a couple of short sleeve ones and a couple of long sleeve ones, and they are just the cutest print. If you want to know where any of these are, I will also link the video below where I did a baby boy haul, where I bought loads of stuff when we knew we were having a boy, and most of this stuff is probably featured in that video, so I will link it below too. Now the other thing that you'll need, I don't recall actually using them with the girls, but mittens. Just so small. Babies, I don't know why, can sometimes have such long fingernails. Like my nails look horrendous at the moment, but babies tend to have like perfectly cute manicured fingers. They can also scratch themselves, and it is so heartbreaking when your baby just has a little scratch that they've probably done, and it's just, oh. So anyway, mittens are a good shout. Some people also take booties, but I kind of don't see the point if they've got a sleep suit on. Just got one pair. You can also, I don't think any of the sleep suits that I've got have got them, but you can also get sleep suits that tuck over the hand, which is kind of brilliant because it's killing two birds with one stone. You'll get your mittens and you'll get your sleep suit. So definitely have a look out for them if you find them, because they are brilliant. Now, one of the things for me that I love, and I think most people treasure, think about, is the going home outfit. Now I wanted this one in particular because it's such a big deal that one, we're having a boy after we've had two girls, but also that the girls are finally going to have a little brother, and they are so excited. Sophia more so because she kind of knows what's going on. So this for us was his going home outfit. Oh, look at it. I got it from Muslin. It was a £5. I can't believe they're gonna have a little brother. I can't, like, it's so weird. I can't believe they're gonna have a little brother. I haven't even like considered the fact that I'm going to have a son. Like, it's just so weird. But it's really important to me that him coming home is made into such a fun moment for all of us, because it's such a huge moment for all of us, and I definitely wanted the girls to be included in that, hence why I chose this one. And I think when Sophia was born, we had one that said I love daddy. Bella had one that said little sister. So I definitely think, especially if you've got children, other children who are now going to have a new sibling, just kind of incorporating something with them. One of the things I did want to do is really get something with his name on, but I can't decide on his name. Like, Trevor's kind of decided, but I'm just not sold. Now obviously, depending on how you're choosing to feed, you may need things to support your feeding choices. So you might need bottles or milk, etc. That's completely up to you. I have always breastfed the children and hope that I can do it this time round, so that's why I've not got anything like that with me. However, I honestly believe that just it has to be a mutual thing between mum and baby, and you both have to be happy. So I have got backups at home of bottles that if we need to use, I will use. I've also got a breast pump and stuff for expressing later, which is what we've got at home, but I won't take any of that with me to the hospital, and just hope that he latches on and is quite happy with, well, it's like a whole, there's a whole factory here, there's like a whole heap going on. But yeah, if you are deciding to bottle feed, then obviously make sure you also pack some of those supplies. I would definitely recommend, obviously you've sterilised everything before you take it, and if you are taking sterilised items, put them in a sealed bag that you've also cleaned and sterilised, so everything stays clean in there. Don't sterilise a bottle and then just chuck it into your bag with everything else. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But obviously if you need any more advice on that, please seek out a professional and ask your midwife for the best way to go about that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. It is all feeling really real. I do also want to share a bit more about my birth journey. I haven't even given birth yet, but like my tocophobia, which for those who don't know is the irrational fear of childbirth, how I'm coping with that. I am really struggling, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably why I haven't really spoken much about baby or anything online. Very generic pregnancy posts. I've really struggled, but I think it's well worth sharing because I know I'm not alone. So yeah, there'll be more videos to come. Hopefully this is really helpful for you. Worst case scenario, one thing I always say to everyone is don't panic. If you have forgotten something, you will be fine. No one is going to leave your baby with no nappies. You will be all right. My top tip is just try and pack everything beforehand, just because when you are probably in labour, or if they're, you know, you need to go into the hospital quickly, you're not going to have time to be faffing and packing. So just make sure you've given yourself sufficient time to have everything packed and sorted. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you've got any kind of essentials for baby that people always forget or that you couldn't live without, comment below because it will always help somebody else. So if you can give me any tips on things that I've forgotten, it'll be welcome. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and he'll be here soon. Bye.